Hi guys, this is Mr. Brightside again, and this is my Borderlands 2 Beginner's Guide, Episode 2. In this episode, I'll cover the topics of the modes, how they work, the scaling of levels and modes and quest rewards, as well as how to access the DLCs. And last, I'll cover the topic of the overpower levels in Digistruct Peak. Oh, and be warned, there will be a lot of talking in this episode. Um, but I found that to be quite important because this topic of modes and scaling and all was very confusing for me when I started the game. So the following table will give you an overview over the different difficulties and levels that you should have while playing them, and if the quests scale to your level or if they not. Also, it'll show you the different DLCs and what level you should play the DLCs on. So first off, we have three modes: normal mode, true Vault Hunter mode, and ultimate Vault Hunter mode. Um, Normal mode scales up to level 35. I think it goes even higher, but there's when you hit 35, I think there's a lot highly reduced XP, and there's no reason for you to wait not to go uh, up to true Vault Hunter mode. In normal, the quests do not scale at all. That means whenever you accept a quest, it has a fixed value. It doesn't matter if you're 30 and you accept a quest that you could have gotten on level 5, it will still be level 5. They have a fixed value. So in normal mode, there's no way of getting better quest rewards than they are regularly. They're fixed. Um, True Vault Hunter mode scales up to level 50. Just like in normal mode, the quests have a fixed value. The story quests and all optional quests have a fixed value. But the difference is that once you kill the warrior, everything you have not accepted up to that point will scale to your current level. Means you're level 50 and you kill the warrior, then you can go back to the Southern Shelf, except to Liasberg, except Shielded Favors, the first optional quest I think it is, and that quest will be level 50 at that point, if you want it. So, yeah, but again, once you hit level 50, you get highly reduced XP. I think there's a third or something like that. So you should really switch up to Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. In Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, which scales up to 72 plus the overpower levels, but I'll get to that later. Um, Everything scales to your current level. It doesn't matter if it's a story quest or an optional quest. The moment you accept the quest, it will be on the level that you accept it on. So technically, you could beat the last quest, Talon of the God, where you kill the warrior. You could be level 55, and the quest will be level 55. You could be 72, the quest will be 72. The same goes out for every single optional quest. And along with that, the quest reward, of course, scales to the level of the quest. So if you're 72 and you finish an optional quest that gives an item as a reward, that item will have level 72. On top of that, once you finished Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, there is an option in your mode selection screen where you can reset your progress from the Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. If you do that, everything you will have done, quest-wise and progress-wise, will be reset and you can start again. Meaning, let's say you want to do a certain DLC again on a higher level, you can reset everything and you can do it again. Next up, the main DLCs. There's 4 of the main story DLCs. Let's call them that. Oasis, which is Captain Scarlet and the Pirate's Booty. Then Torque, which is Mr. Torque's Campaign of Carnage. Hammerlock, which is Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt. And finally, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. Again, these DLCs have specific levels they scale to, especially in normal mode. Oasis and Torque scale to from 15 to 30, meaning when you're in normal mode and you're level 10 and you enter the Oasis, which you can always do. All of the DLCs are accessible once you hit a fast travel station. When you're level 10 and you enter Oasis, the quest will be level 15. When you enter Oasis when you're level 25, the quest will be 25. when you enter it when you're 35, the quest will be 30. So that's what this means. So Oasis and Torque scale from 15 to 30, and Hammerlock and Tiny Tina scale from 30 to 35. In True Vault Hunter mode, um, the X represents your current level. So it scales up to level 50, and it will be on whatever level you enter it. So basically, when you enter it with level 40, the quest will be level 40, and so on. That goes for all the DLCs. Ultimate Vault Hunter mode is very easy. It scales to your level, no matter what. Yes. So, up to the next point. Next, I'll show you guys how to access the DLCs, provided you have bought them. Basically, what you do is find the next fast travel station, and when you enter it, those fast travel points will always be open if you have the DLCs, so they're always accessible. The first one is right up here. It's Oasis, which will start Captain Scarlet and her pirate's booty. Second one is this one, Badass Creator of Badassitude, which will start Mr. Tor's Campaign of Carnage. The third one is down here. It's Hunter's Grotto, which will start Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt. And the last one of the campaign DLCs is this one, The Unassuming Docks of Potentially Little Importance, which will start Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. In addition to that, there's just now the first Headhunter DLC, TK Bar's Bloody Harvest, which is this one, the Hallowed Hollow. And on top of that, there is this one called the Raid on Digistruck Peak, which will start, well, where you can do the Digistruck Peak over power level runs, which I'll explain in just a minute. So in this last part of the video, I will explain the Raid on Digistruck Peak and how over power level work. So first thing you do is once you're 72, because before that it doesn't really make sense. You can get XP, but it doesn't really make sense. You go right here to this waypoint, turn around, run all the way over here to Tanis, and once you're there, she'll give you a quest in which objective it is to just simply run through this whole gauntlet or peak area. So basically what you gotta do is you gotta clear out all these areas where loads and loads of monsters, bandits, creatures, and robots will spawn. And once you cleared it out, the first few levels end right here. Once you finish one round without dying, that's the main point, you will get the ability to play in overpower level 1. And if you finish the whole thing in overpower level 1, you will be able to finish to try it in overpower level 2, and so on up to overpower level 8. Now, the idea about the overpower levels is basically to get a higher challenge for the end game, or more difficult challenge for the end game. Basically, it's almost like leveling up, but you do not get extra health or skill points. I guess that's why they did that. So basically, the mobs will be if you're an overpower level 2, for example, the monsters will be 2 levels above their regular level. So when you're 72, I think the max level for your enemies is 74. And when you're on OP2, they will be 76, and so on and so on. Now, the upside is that once you start a game, you can also choose to all other areas of the game are also an overpower. So basically, you can find, which you can see here, overpower equipment. So basically, this I found when I was running an overpower level 4, and I farmed the bee. And this means it's a lot better than, let's say, an older version, which I can show you right here somewhere. So here we have one, for example. Just look at the capacity. You have level 71, 335,000 capacity, and this is overpower level 4, and you have about 600,000 capacity. So you will have the possibility to farm better equipment with that. That's basically all there is to say, and it's really difficult, so don't expect anything easy. It is really difficult to run through here alone, but yeah, that's basically it for the overpower equipment. and overpower levels. So the very last thing I want to show you is that once you finish the Digistruct Peak runs or accessed overpower levels, what you can do now is if you hit continue, the game will ask you on what overpower level you want the game to be. So basically what you can do is decrease or increase the level and then just launch the game like that on whatever level you want. So that's it for this episode. I hope that helped you guys. The next episode will cover the topic of elemental damages with a focus on Slack and its importance in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. See you next time.